What is going on, everybody? We are going to be talking about all the big announcements that's happened over this past week of Summer Games Fest. Everybody knows it's that wonderful time of the year where we get all these brand new announcements for all these different games and get excited. It's like one of the bright spots to like I think in the calendar for games, even though probably the best is actually when the games release, but it's always exciting to kind of see like this whole list of lineups and things to prepare and get ready for. I'm bringing on my buddy Ken back on again. Ken, what do you think of just overall before we dive into like each game? What do you think of like all the different events that happened this past week?
Oh, all the events have been fantastic, man. Like there's a lot of games that I saw within Summer Game Fest, the PlayStation, the Nintendo Direct. There's a lot of games out there that I really didn't know too much about, but when I've been seeing all the trailers and stuff, it's like, I really need to go and try out some more of these trailers. So I'm really excited to see all these new games that are going to be coming out and actually giving them a try and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It's been really cool seeing all the new games that they've been coming out with this year.
Yeah, some of them are just like complete surprises too. Some of them I've heard about, but quite a few of these I've just kind of honestly, I was just like, oh man, I had no idea this was even like in the pipeline. But
Yeah.
we already went over the Xbox one, so if you want to, if you guys haven't seen that already, you can check that out in the description down below or here in the little annotation card. But let's start off with the state of play. So I'll bounce it over to here so we can kind of like watch these things. So the first one being God of War Laufey. So man, I'll bounce it over to you first, Deadshot. What do you think?
This game I am excited for. It's gonna be really cool to see the story of the mother, but it's not really like like maybe they'll do some flashbacks within the gameplay of how Kratos and Faye met. But as of right now, what we've seen, it was her in the afterlife, and it looks really cool. It looks fantastic. The graphics are absolutely amazing, like as usual. Like the combat looks fantastic. I can't wait to actually get in and trying out the combat. The cube thing that's in the game, I'm not 100% sure on that one just yet, but okay. But yeah, like I am really looking forward to this game and actually trying and actually seeing Faye's side of the story. It's going to be fantastic, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to kind of see like the afterlife in a sense, like the afterlife for these gods.
Yeah.
And I noticed a lot of people who are like deeper into like other like cultures, mythos. Like from what I understand, there's things from like Mongolian gods or Chinese gods, just like all kinds of different ones. So it seems like in general, which I kind of like this approach. And obviously we saw that with the most recent reboots. It's like, hey, let's experiment with these different I guess they were religions, but these different like mythologies across the
Yeah.
world. And I think it's kind of cool, kind of similar to like what we see with Assassin's Creed. You know how like Assassin's Creed goes to like these different time periods and stuff. It
Yeah,
seems like
exactly.
that's the general where they envision, like Sony envisions like God of War being, is like, hey, let's explore these different areas and like purgatories and whatnot. I thought the cube thing was like, it took me out of it for a second, but it was just so funny, like seeing it fight like alongside here. Like I'll skip along here. Like, oh my gosh, that thing had me like. And it
Yeah,
was funny too,
a
'cause,
lot
like
of
as I
people
was,
a lot
yeah,
of
go
people
ahead.
never and a lot of people in their reactions when they saw the cube, they're like, "What the hell is this?" Like,
Oh
I
man,
was the same way too. I'm like, "Really? You have a cube as your partner?" But like I said, I'm not too sure exactly if it's always going to stay as a cube or maybe it might actually become a like a person later on or something. I don't know. But right here, you see the
Dude,
cube fighting. I'm like, "What the hell?"
it's hilarious. Like, and that was the funny thing that I noticed. Like, people during the live stream were like, "Yo, can we play as the cube?" Like, 'cause it was just like it's so like random and like weirdly out of place. But it was just like I don't know, it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And obviously, it's being I don't know if you know, but it's being voiced by Jack Quaid,
Yep.
the
The guy from the boys.
Huey from The Boys.
Yep.
So that's pretty funny to me. But yeah, it overall, I was just like, as the combat was going on, and you're seeing the cube just fight in the background, like it was just hilarious. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
really looking forward to the story in this game. I really do want to see like how Faye and Kratos, became like a couple and stuff like that, and how they met. That's going to be interesting to see.
yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of controversy around people like not being able to play as Kratos, but I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it looks fun nonetheless. I like the aerial combat looks pretty interesting and pretty cool. Like obviously, I mean, you've played the new reboots way more
Yep,
than I
I
have,
played
but
2018 Ragnarok. I'm actually currently just playing Ragnarok again, just to
yeah.
play it, and I forgot how much I love this game. And yeah, I cannot wait to actually try playing as Faye and see and just see how the story goes. I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm very curious.
because you don't get that type of like aerial combat like what she's doing here, for
No, you
example.
don't. No, he's Kratos is more grounded.
Yeah, which is what I thought. I need to go and play those new ones. Obviously, I played the original trilogy, but I'm actually speaking of that original trilogy. I can't wait for the remakes to come out for
Yeah,
that. I know we're kind of a long way, but that's going to be sick.
yeah. They
But
just announced that a
anyways,
couple of
oh, go
months
ahead.
ago, the remake of the first trilogy. I'm really stoked to see that too.
Oh yeah. So we could move on to Wolverine here. Yeah, what do you think of Wolverine from what you saw from the showcase?
Man, gory. I'll give it that, man. There's so much blood in the gameplay that they showed us. This is another one I'm really looking forward to because like these are the creators who made the Spider-Man games too, and I love the Spider-Man games a lot as well. So yeah, this game I am very hyped to try out.
Yeah, it's crazy too, like how you just see like his whole suit just get like completely bloody. But then it's also kind of funny because then it just like slowly goes away.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I was like, oh man, are you just gonna like be bloody the whole time? This was a cool right here with for the audio listeners. This was cool seeing Jean Grey like be a part of it. And apparently they're
yeah.
saying that you could play as Jean Grey. So that's pretty cool. I obviously like in the what we saw from like the Spider-Man games, like you only play as like Spider-Man. Like you don't play really as anybody else. So it's pretty cool to I'm curious how deep they're going to go with like you being able to play as Jean Grey, or maybe you just command her or whatnot. She just plays alongside you. Um,
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah, in the Spider-Man games, you can actually play as Mary Jane too for a couple of parts. And
oh,
a lot of people hated playing as Mary Jane because it was more like a stealth. Her stuff was more
you're
stealth
right.
missions.
Honestly,
Uh,
it
but yeah,
was
play as Jane
forgettable.
Grey. It'd be really cool to actually be able to use her powers too. So yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll
Yeah, I
see how it
completely.
goes.
You're right because you not only could you play as Mary Jane, you could play as Miles Morales
Miles Morales too.
in the
Yep.
first one before obviously the Miles Morales game came out. But yeah, I forgot about that. It was you
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah, and that's in the second one. You can play as Mary Jane, and you can play as Miles as well. So you have like three different characters you can play as in that one.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this game like kind of from what it sounds like that's sick. Like how you
Yeah,
could
that's
just like
really cool, man.
how you could toss it to Jean Grey, toss the enemy to Jean Grey. Jean Grey will catch it and then throw it back at you like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm stoked that they're like not holding back on this. I am curious to see how health works because obviously like Wolverine doesn't
Doesn't
like
die.
die. So like how is that going to like I'm curious how they're going to show that because I don't think they really did in this gameplay from what I can remember.
No,
But
well, they showed him like almost dying, but then he was able to use his, I think, his rage meter or something like that, whatever it was, to actually heal, get his health back again, and heal back up or something like that. So yeah, I'm not too sure how the health is going to work.
yeah, I'm super stoked for this game. Only thing that does kind of suck, at least from my perspective, is that they're not going to drop a PC port for this, like with all the Sony going back to console
PlayStation
exclusives.
exclusives. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, ah, man, this would be awesome to play like on ultra wide, like 4K, but it is what it is. But yeah, we can move on to the next one. I don't know
The
what your
blood, man, it's so good.
familiarity is with Until Dawn. I don't necessarily have any familiarity with this game, but I thought what I saw was pretty interesting. Essentially, it's kind of like this like comedy horror game that you play as like these group of people on an island, and then obviously things go awry. This
Yep.
seems kind of interesting. Um, it's one of those games I don't know if I'd buy outright, but like honestly, it kind of piqued my interest a little bit to like I'll probably put it like on my wish list, and if I catch it like down the road. But I do know a lot of people love the Until Dawn of the first one. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm
I
not sure if you saw anything from this one.
I did see this trailer. Yes, I do. I probably will get this because these are like these games where you kind of go through a story and you make choices throughout the story. And me and my wife love playing these kind of games together. We actually played the first one, but I am
Oh
drawing
yeah,
the blank on how the first one is because we played it so long ago. And I just remember that we did have a blast with the first one. So I told her that this second one is coming out, and she's like, "Oh, we got to get it." So yeah, we do plan on getting this game actually.
Okay, so is it kind of like a Telltale kind of game where it's like you're just making those conversational choices or actions, but you're not like it's not like live action, like you're not like actually doing the things.
um, like you do play as the characters, and you do like move around within the area, and then it kind of goes to a cutscene like right here, like right there, you have a split second to make a decision, and then when you make the
Mm.
decision, it will go in that direction of the story. So it's cool. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I
Those
gotta
kind of
check it
games.
out. I do. I am kind of lately. I've been kind of a sucker for trying out like more. I guess like heavy story games like that. Like I just played. I played the Star Trek game. It was like a Telltale style game. I want to try Dispatch, which is also kind of like similar, but like superheroes kind of esque. But yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Here we have Stuntman. So, dude, this trailer, I was so confused what this game was. I thought it was like I saw Saber Interactive, and I'm like, I'm a big Saber Interactive fan. They make a lot of the like the World War Z, Warhammer, and all that stuff. So I was like, are they making a Fast and the Furious game? Because they've been doing like a lot of like IPs. And then I saw like Knight Rider, and then I saw Back to the Future, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this game? Like Miami Vice. I was so confused. And then at the very end it says Stuntman. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I forgot about Stuntman. I don't know if you ever played those games
No, I never played those
back in
ones
the day,
actually.
or it was one game, I think. I never owned it because I didn't have a PS2. I had a GameCube. Um, but I would go to a buddy's house and we would play this game. It's a pretty cool game. Like you just try to like do these stunts and like get points and stuff for it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting that they're coming out with a new Stuntman game. But
Yeah,
yeah, if
like
you ever had the go
when I
ahead.
saw this trailer, I was like, I didn't know exactly what was going on because I've never actually played a Stuntman. I'm like, okay, this looks cool. All right.
I don't think
And then yeah,
anybody
right,
knew
Back
this
to the
was
Future.
Stuntman until it was like over. And they're like, oh, stuff. Like it's one of those franchises like people kind of forgot about. Like I did. Like I honestly had to like go, I'm like, wait, that sounds familiar. And then I looked it up and I'm like, okay, I remember this, like playing at a buddy's house. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I never did.
So this is this Kim Murray game. This one's pretty interesting. It's like a third person like action game. A three player. It almost reminds me of like Jet Set Radio. If you ever played something like that game back in the day. Looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's necessarily my cup of tea. But I thought it looked kind of interesting. I thought the art style was pretty cool for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like I try to remember it, but yeah, like honestly, it looks from the trailer that I'm seeing right here, it does actually look pretty interesting. It's kind of giving me like fighting combat style, kind of like in Devil May Cry, actually, is what it kind of looking like to me. So that
yeah, you know what? You're
I may
right there.
actually may want to check that out, maybe.
Yeah, you are right. It does kind of have like Devil May Cry vibes.
Yeah.
Now, this one I am super pumped for. I am a huge Tomb Raider fan, and this is the new Tomb Raider 1 remake. I actually own and played the Tomb Raider 1 remaster collections that came out like I think 2 years ago or a year ago. This is super cool to see them remaking. They actually got a release date on it too, February 12th, 2026. This was supposed to come out this year, but obviously, man, the GTA stuff is just ruining everything. Like it's messing up all these release dates because everybody's trying to. There is not a game in sight near November and December. Like no one wants to play games with GTA 6, but this is
Yep.
one I'm super pumped for. I think it's really cool to see like this reimagining. I think it's just going to be a reimagining too. I don't think it's going to be a direct um, a clone of the original game, but it's pretty cool because that first game is really old. I mean, it came out like on the Dreamcast and PS1. So
Oh man,
yeah, I think this
that
is
is old.
kind of like Amazon's trying to reboot the Tomb Raider franchise because the Survival trilogy was really cool, but it was kind of a different take on Lara Croft. She was it was more of a survival based game, and she wasn't really like a badass yet. Versus like in the OG series, like she was the thing, right? She was like the badass that we all know. I
Yeah.
don't know if you ever played those games.
Yeah, no, Tomb Raider was not a game that I gave a shot at just yet, but like with the remaster, you know what, maybe I will actually pick it up and give it a try and see what it's all about, because clearly it does very well. So maybe I should really check it. Like honestly, I don't know much about Tomb Raider. I've never even seen the movies of Tomb Raider actually. So
Really?
really, like I know
Really?
nothing about Tomb Raiders.
Have you ever played like Uncharted?
I played the first one a little bit, and that was pretty much it. I saw the movie of Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean it's just like it's a very linear action adventure third
Yeah.
person game, like but they're fun. Every now and then I kind of like being guided. This one was pretty cool. I've never played the Rayman games. It was a game that's always kind of like been on my radar. I just never got to. This is a remake of the I think it was, oh gosh, what was the original system it came out on? I can't remember exactly, but it's just a remake of the first Rayman. So, or reimagining, I think, of it. So that's pretty cool. Never played the Rayman games, but yeah, I don't know if you've ever played those games or
Yeah.
not. But
Never
lately I've
given
been
it
kind
a
of a
try either.
sucker. Yeah, lately I've been kind of a sucker for 2D platformers. So this may be something I pick up down the road. All right, Onimusha Way of the Sword. I'm not an Onimusha man. I'm not a Ninja Gaiden fan. I'm not a Souls-like fan. I can never get into those games, but I know a ton of people are pumped for this. There's a free demo out, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll give the demo a try. But I can never get into Souls-likes or like super hardcore like ninja games. And I know this is like the OG, like before like Dark Souls was even a thing, like the OG like Souls-like. But
Yeah. I didn't actually realize this was a remaster actually. And I didn't know there was
yeah,
actually I didn't know there's a demo of it actually. I'm because I saw the trailer too, and like because like the combat looks fantastic and the art style looks awesome. I would actually really like to give this game a try. So maybe I'll actually give the demo a try as well and just give it a shot.
yeah. Did
'Cause
you
yeah,
ever
like
play
me
the
too.
original?
I never played them either. Yeah, I never played these ones.
Oh. Are you a Souls like fan, Ken? I don't think do you like Souls games?
Nope. I have not played any of the Souls games. I've actually thought about trying picking up Elden Ring and trying Elden Ring.
Oh man, you're going to be in for a. Oh, everybody I know that gets into Elden Ring, it's like, all right, they're playing Elden Ring for the next like 2 years.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why I haven't gave it a shot, is because I know when I start playing it, I'm just not going to stop.
Yeah, because it's such a grindy game and it's like
Yeah.
so difficult, and you're just going to be like stuck on. This is the new Control game, Control Resonance. I feel like we've seen countless trailers. I feel like every event that's out, there's like a freaking Control trailer. I swear there's like 20 trailers to this. I played a little bit of the Control game. I got it like on sale for like $5. I couldn't get into it. Obviously this is kind of a different take. If you played the original Control, it's kind of like it's a third person like shooter, but then you have like mind control powers and stuff like this, and you are like a test experiment in this experimental like science laboratory or something like that. This is essentially the game where you play as the brother instead of the main protagonist. But in this game, it's kind of have the same idea, but instead of like guns and shooting, it's like melee combat, and you're actually out in the open world, because the first game keeps you kind of trapped in the actual facility. From what I understand, I haven't beat the game, but I don't know. I couldn't necessarily get into it, but I know people love it. I don't know if it kind of has that Inception type of vibe to it with like mind bending realities, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
It does actually. Like I actually like those kind of games where like everything in reality is just crashing and going all over the place. Like I actually like those kind of games.
you might like this one. You should try out the
Yeah.
first Control. You might like the first Control. It's always on sale for like $5.
Hmm.
Like every like seasonal thing, and across like all platforms you can find. You might like them. If you like this one kind of like seems like it takes that, but a little further, and a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give that a try. Like I have too many games that I want to try.
Yeah, yeah. Phantom Blade Zero. I'm be honest with you, I don't really know much about Phantom Blade.
Yeah,
I don't. So we could skip that one.
Mhm.
Silent Hill Townfall. I'm not a Silent Hill fan. I haven't really played them. This one actually looks kind of interesting. It's like a first person Silent Hill. And there's so that kind of piques my interest a little bit, and there's like even like a little bit of like FPS mechanics to it. It looks kind of janky, but obviously it's a Silent Hill game. But the
Yeah.
setting looks pretty cool. You're like in this like New England town, and it's like, oh yeah, but kind of gives me like Silent Hill 2 kind of vibes with that look and aesthetic. But I never really played Silent Hill, never really got into them. But I did think this is kind of an interesting take on it because usually they don't have this first person mechanic to it. Do you ever play those Silent Hill games?
No, I didn't play the Silent Hill games, but I did. I did see the first. I think the Silent Hill one, and like I saw it. I thought it was okay, but then when I heard a game was coming out, I'm like, the movie didn't really pique me too much, so I didn't really give the games a try either.
Yeah, people love these games. Like
Yeah.
obviously the two big rivals we'll talk about here in a second is Silent Hill, and then there's like Resident Evil. But yeah, those are really big. Now this one I was actually super stoked for. Dune Awakening. This is a game. I think it released almost exactly a year ago, but it was an MMO, and I'm always kind of like whatever about MMOs because I just feel like I'm just always going to end up too far behind to like stay on top of it. But this one seems pretty cool because it's the same game, but they're adding a big update where it's going to console, and then two, they're adding a single player mode to it. So that actually piqued my interest because the whole world of Dune kind of I find like pretty intriguing. And I thought the idea of like playing in that world would be pretty cool. I just didn't necessarily want to do an MMO. So the fact that they're coming out with like a solo campaign, that kind of like I'm like, okay, maybe I'll come pick this up and add this to my backlog because that kind of interests me, like being able to play a single player experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I can't really say too much about this either. I didn't really look. I didn't get into the Dune game. Are these like kind of like the Mad Max kind of thing, or is it kind of like that, or no?
Yeah, no, no, it's man, Dune, it's like a whole like I don't know. If you watch the movies, it makes sense. It's and there's also books and everything. It's just
Okay.
kind of like this whole world. Like honestly, I can't explain it really well, so I'm not even going to attempt. But it's like a sci-fi like action game, and
Okay.
it's a pretty cool story. Dune is one of those I've noticed that you either love it or hate it. So there's that.
It looks
Marvel,
interesting, but yeah,
yeah,
it's just not something that has
it's
piqued my interest. So I never touched them.
it. Yeah, it's one of those. If you get into the Dune, like if you watch like the movies and get into it, you might find the idea of the game pretty interesting.
Mm.
But yeah, we move on to Marvel Tocom. Like I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but I did think the idea in this game you can actually play as like Carnage and like all these like Marvel villains.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought,
This was cool. I remember watching this. Yeah, this actually did look really cool.
yeah, you can play as like Magneto, Green Goblin. That I thought that was super sick, and I'm not usually a big fighting guy fan. But I thought these characters were super sick. Like to be able to play as Green Goblin is pretty tight. I like this like aerial like ability to it. And then Carnage looked sick because like Carnage is like in no games
Oh
essentially.
yeah,
I feel like
nothing.
Marvel forgets that Carnage exists. Like obviously he was
Well,
in the latest Venom movie. So
yeah, I was gonna say like they brought in the Venom movie, and actually in the end of the Spider-Man 2 game, actually Carnage was actually briefly in it.
oh really? I haven't gotten to Spider-Man 2. I beat one. I beat Spider-Man Remastered, and then I have started Miles Morales. So I haven't got to two
Uh,
yet.
oh, play two. Two is really good. And yeah, there's a mission that's like he's not in it, like he's not like actually in the game, but the symbiote is in the game. Like it actually shows Carnage, but that's about it. But yeah, like they make a Carnage reference in Spider-Man 2.
Okay, well, let's go to the next one. This one I know you're pumped about. You told me. I'm not gonna lie. This one I'm just like I'm too grossed out by it.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna play it. But
This
is
one
ill.
looks sick, actually. This one looks like it's going to be a terrifying, fantastic horror kind of game, jump scares and everything. It's going to be fun.
See, I'm surprised this interests you, but you never play like Silent Hills or the Resident Evils and stuff like that. I figured
Yeah.
you'd like those games. But
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
this was
just say
first
never got
person.
into them.
Yeah. This one's a first person horror, I guess, survival game. But yeah, it's super grotesque. There's a lot of things. I mean, they even show a man's junk blurred out in the trailer at one
Yeah.
point. So there's definitely going to be some zombie nudes to a lot of people are going to love. But yeah, I mean, I will say this: this is not my cup of tea, but it does look visually very, very impressive. Like
Visually,
the
it looks
environmental
like
design looks incredible.
yeah, it looks like very realistic actually. Like just back in the trailer a little bit ago, man, like when it was walking over the ledge there, everything looked very like realistic. You had the falling rocks right there. Like when you're walking by the path, everything's like falling and stuff. Like it just the visuals look fantastic for this game.
Yeah, I mean, just the level of detail. I'm curious what the level design's like, but like the environmental design's insane. Like it just and the animations, like it looks like they've gone so deep with the animations and what these things can do. But yeah, I mean, this is for a certain type of person, and I'm not that type of person. So,
I
but
don't
yeah,
I don't usually play these kind of games, but this game kind of made me go, "Yo, this looks freaking fantastic." Like I said, like the jump scares, the horror aspect is like on point. They got that down,
oh
and
yeah.
the gruesomeness, the blood and everything. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
So this next one here, I thought was this is a world premiere. I thought this looked super, super interesting. So little backstory on me. I love Jurassic Park. Like I absolutely love Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite film franchises out there. I've always thought it's a shame that we don't have like a proper Jurassic Park game that's like actually good and not just like a park builder like I think Jurassic Park Evolution. This game is kind of like a stealth horror game where you're trying to navigate this like park that gets overran by dinosaurs. Like it's literally like one for one of Jurassic Park, but you actually get to play as this character, this little boy, like stealthing around the facility and the park trying to get out. I thought this looked sick. I'm like really interested in this game. We didn't get a release date or anything on this, but I'm all for dinosaur games. I honestly feel like there's not enough out there. Like very few like good dinosaur games exist, and I don't know why. I feel like we need more dino games, man. Like like please. But yeah, did you see the trailer for this? Like this,
I
I thought this was cool.
Yeah, I did see this, and I thought, yeah, it was like a 1-to-1 of Jurassic Park. Like the dinosaurs get lost, and you're just trying to make your way through the facility. And like I'm not exactly sure, like too sure exactly what the game is going to be about. Like, are you going to try to lock up the dinosaurs back up or whatever? But
Yeah.
just yeah, the visuals look fantastic in it, and like you said, I'm a big fan of the Jurassic Park franchise as well. So to see this, it's gonna be fun. Like I'm looking forward to trying it for sure.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it says like it's going to be stealth based. It would be cool to get a little action. I mean, but I mean, obviously, we'll see. I mean, everything they showed was purely like stealth, getting around, which
Yeah,
I
like
may find that a little boring after a little bit of time. But I don't know. We'll see as we get more gameplay. We didn't really
uh,
see a ton.
exactly. I wasn't not like I'm not too sure exactly what you're going to be doing. Are you just trying to sneak around to escape, or are you trying to get the dinosaurs back locked in or something like that? So I don't know, but yeah, it looks good actually. So I'm stoked to try this one too.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know. All right. So this game I thought was super, super interesting. I don't know if I'd play it or if it's like up my speed, but I don't know if you know about Dave the Diver, but Dave the Diver is a game I actually picked up about 2 months ago on my Steam Deck. It's like a Steam Deck game for me. It's a nice little indie game where you go and you catch fish, you bring it back to a sushi restaurant where you then like cut that up. But like while you're diving, you uncover that there's a little bit more to like this little area where you're diving into, and like you find like ancient civilizations and stuff like that. It took a twist I honestly didn't expect because it's kind of like a chill, like I guess cozy game for me. But this is like a prequel about the chef that you give your fish to. So it looks like it's a completely different type of game, obviously within the Dave the Diver universe. But yeah, I thought this was cool. Like I said, I don't know if I'd play this. I'm not really big into like restaurant management like type style games. Like this doesn't really interest me that much. But I thought
Yeah.
the idea that they're kind of expanding that Dave the Diver universe is kind of cool, considering that it was like a indie game that like took off, and it's always nice to see like some of these smaller dev teams like grow and be able to expand their horizons with that.
Yeah,
But
like honestly, I didn't even like I don't even remember seeing that trailer until right now. Like, yeah, I was not really into those restaurant kind of games too. The last restaurant game that I played was with my wife, and that was Overcooked. We played
oh,
that
dude, that
game.
game is so stressful.
It is. It's very stressful. We did end up beating it, and that's kind of what this game kind of gives me the vibes of. So, but again, like it's not really a game that I'm gonna like go out and necessarily buy actually. So
Yeah, I mean, to me, I enjoy Dave the Diver because it's only like one element of it. It's not the whole game. The real basis of Dave the Diver is actually going into like what they call a big blue hole, and you're just trying to uncover into this like 2D open world area of what's going on here. That's kind of like the bulk of the game. And then like a mini game is you go to this chef who then cooks up and you kind of like become a waiter and stuff. So it's like a little mini game, but this time it looks like they're kind of turning into a full-fledged game.
Yeah. Okay.
Couple here. I mean, this is a marathon. It's just a new marathon season. Marathon's not really my jam. I don't know if you've played it or not,
No.
but
Nope,
yeah,
never gave that one a try.
there's this one. Honestly, I do not remember this. No Rest for the Wicked. Let me play this. Yeah, honestly, I don't really even know what this game is about.
Yeah,
so
no.
we can move on for this one.
We move on for that one. Yeah.
I've never played an Ace Combat game. I'm not a huge into flying games, but I did think this looks pretty cool. For whatever reason, this one piqued my interest. I thought the story of everything was pretty cool. It wasn't just like a generic just flying game. It was like it had this whole like obviously you see here like full blown cut scenes that and visuals that look amazing and kind of like it just legit looks like you're playing a Top Gun game. So like I said, I've never played Ace Combat games. They never really interest me, but for whatever reason, this Ace Combat 8 looks pretty sick. And from when I was reading like or watching in the live stream, a lot of people say that the Ace Combat games are better than you would think, especially in the stories and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. I think more games that do more of the simulator aspect, like whether it be racing or like flying or whatever, they should like have better, more fleshed out like stories like we used to like with the Need for Speed days and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. But not too much to say.
Interest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like I said, not a huge flying person, but I thought the whole idea of the story and what they were showcasing, I'm like, huh, okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, flying games do not pique my interest. Like that's like even racing games too. That's why I'm not too much in the racing games either, because it's just driving and racing. Like I'm just like, no, I need more than that.
If you haven't played the Horizon game, especially the new one, like those are good. Those are always kind of the exceptions for people. Like I know a lot of people who don't like racing games. I'm not even a huge racing game fan, but like the Horizon games, something about them are just really fun. Like there's a lot to them.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure there is, but it's just I don't know. It's just I don't give racing games too much of a try.
Yeah, I bet you if you tried Horizon, it's like I said, Forza Horizon is those are usually always kind of fall into the exceptions. But anyway, we'll do the last one, Dynasty Warriors 3 remastered. Not a Dynasty Warriors guy. Cool that they're remastering it. I know it's like considered the best in the series, but that's awesome for Dynasty Warrior fans out there.
Yep, absolutely.
But all right, let's move over to Nintendo. So I'm gonna be honest here, man. I thought just quick overall thoughts of this. I was really disappointed. I thought this was a really lackluster Nintendo Direct. I was just kind of like every game that passed by, I'm like, I just don't care. I don't care. But obviously, the first one here that we're looking at, and this is, I know you've been pumped to talk about the new Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. This has been heavily leaked and rumored. Yeah, this has been heavily leaked and rumored for a long time now. Which kind of sucks that was the case, because it would have been awesome to like see this brand new. Because imagine if you didn't know the leaks and you're seeing this for the first time, you'd be like, oh, a new Zelda game. And then boom, it drops like Ocarina of Time remake. And you're like, oh shit. So I played the Ocarina of Time games. It's been so long, I don't remember it. And I'm pretty sure I was too little to even be good enough to know how to beat it. So, and now it's kind of like at the point where it's so old now that like I don't know if I could get into it as much. So the idea of the remake does interest me a lot. So I'm definitely going to play the remake. It looks like it's going to be exclusively on Switch 2. So I might have to pick up a Switch 2 for this. I've been holding off for a long time getting a Switch 2 because I haven't felt like there's been any need for it. No big Mario game. I don't know. I just feel like Nintendo's been really slacking on the exclusives lately. So I just haven't like picked up one. I feel like I don't have a reason to pick up a Switch 2 yet. The only one I did have interest in was Metroid Prime 4, but that ended up being on a Switch 1 as well. So this may get me over the hump to like actually get it. But yeah, I thought this was cool. I mean, it's cool to see them remake this and whatnot. Like I said, I am curious if this is, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Would you rather see a complete 1-to-1 remake, or would you like to see a remake but then they add extra stuff? I don't know, like how we talked about in the Xbox video with Halo, how they're remaking the whole Halo 1, but they're adding 3 prequel missions or stuff. Like,
Yeah.
would you like to see them take the Ocarina of Time, add the base game, but then also add extra content and other things to it?
I would love to see them add extra content to it and make it just more of a bigger game. This game is absolutely fantastic. This is my all-time favorite game. Like if you haven't played it and be like even the older games, there's still people today still replaying this game. I actually just replayed this game just a couple of months ago on my YouTube channel. I just played through the entire thing. I am super stoked about this game. I've actually loved this game since I was a kid. Um, the remake looks awesome. The art style that they're going with, the more realistic art style, I'm really looking forward to that. And but yeah, like what you asked before, I do want them to add like maybe an extra temple or something like that, because the first medallion you get as an adult, the sage kind of just gives it to you. It'd be kind of nice if they actually made a brand new temple to get that first medallion instead of just like getting it handed to you. Would be really nice. I'm curious to see how Hyrule and all the dungeons and all the bosses and how everything is going to look with this remaster. I am super stoked for this game. I cannot wait for it to come out. And thank God it comes out at the end of this year too.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of that, that actually surprises me that we didn't see actual gameplay. Considering that the game is going to come out end of the year, unless they do a separate direct for it, which is what they might do.
That I think they're going to do that because they did say in this trailer there's going to be more details to come later on. So I think they're going to do a Nintendo Treehouse, and they're going to do just straight Zelda, give us some gameplay and kind of give us a sneak peek of what the game's going to be like. So I think in the next month or two, they should probably do a Treehouse on this game, and I'm pretty sure we'll get some more information on it before it releases.
Yeah, I think what would be cool that they do too is just like maybe add like a little bit of like side quests to the town. Like obviously fill up the town with like more like NPCs and whatnot that you can like talk to and interact with. Like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Maybe I should add some side missions into it just to give some more content in the game. Maybe.
I always like it when a game does that. I'm like, why not? If you're going to take the effort to remake it, if it's something that's a little bit more open, like a Zelda, for example, or just any game, I guess, like, why not add to the game? Like, I feel like there's no harm in that. If you don't like it or people don't like it, then just don't play those missions. But like, I like the idea of like prequels or like make it optional. Like if you want to go like above and beyond, like I think Halo did a good job with the ideas. Like even though it's a very linear game, we made them prequels. We didn't like stuff it in the middle because then obviously that ruins the whole flow if that mission sucks. But yeah, overall. So do you play it on the Nintendo 64, like original hardware, or did you emulate?
I've played it on everything. I played it on the 64. I had the Switch too. I had the Switch Online, and they had the Ocarina.
Oh, that's right. Switch Online has it.
So
yeah.
I play it on that. I played the 3DS version. As you couldn't tell my background, I am a big Zelda fan. I love all the Zelda games, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because of this remake and all the assets that they've rebuilt. I would not be surprised if they actually later on, a couple of years from now, do a Majora's Mask remake as well, because all the assets they've already made. So they could actually make Majora's Mask too. So I would not be surprised if they did that. But anyways, Ocarina of Time, super stoked. I cannot wait for this game to drop.
Yeah. So next game, man, we've been hearing about this game for a while now. Kingdom Hearts 4. They just released, they did a reveal a couple years ago of Kingdom Hearts 4, and I don't know why. I know you're not a big Kingdom Hearts person. You never played it. I picked up Kingdom Hearts recently. I picked up the collection, not this one, which is kind of a little upsetting because the collection I bought didn't have 3 yet. This is them announcing that Kingdom Hearts 3 is being added essentially to the collection for Nintendo Switch. So I'm like, okay, well, now I'm going to have to buy it individually, which I already planned on doing. But I was like, for whatever reason last year, I was like, let me look into Kingdom Hearts. I've always heard stuff about it. I picked it up for like $10, the whole thing. And I started playing, like, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm not a huge Disney person, But obviously the combination of like Final Fantasy with Disney, it was pretty cool. And I like the game's a lot deeper and longer than you would have ever guessed. But the one thing I thought was very weird with Kingdom Hearts 4, I don't know if it's just Disney not wanting to acknowledge that this game exists or what, but like you only saw like a half second of Donald Duck in the trailer, which let me play as we're talking about it. But like for the most part, like you wouldn't even think this is a Disney game versus like if you go to the first games, they made it very clear and very obvious that like, these are these characters living like essentially in like this Disney world. So up until that little snap piece right there, you would have no idea. So I feel like it's one of those that like Disney's like, oh yeah, I forgot, like we own this, like, and it just kind of gets like pushed to the side. But they're super fun games. I really enjoyed them. I have it, like I said, I've only got through one. There's still like three more. I got to get through two, and plus like the in between missed stories that were like on the PSP and whatnot. And then I haven't got to three yet, so this is going to kind of motivate me to kind of help finish the collection. So I thought it was cool. We're seeing more of this. Like I said, they announced this a while ago. They just haven't, we haven't heard anything. So yeah. And then obviously the Kingdom Hearts collection remaster, so on and so forth. A lot of these are just going to end up being third parties. They're bringing Space Marine 2 to Switch 2. Minecraft is getting a dedicated Switch 2 version. Splatoon Raiders is a new Splatoon game. No, not really my style. I'm assuming the same for you. Let me know if I should stop on any one of these.
Yeah, no, you're good. But I like actually, well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be later on. The new Splatoon game actually looks kind of fun to actually kind of mess around in. So we'll see about that. I'm sure it's down in the list more.
Yeah, I think this is it, isn't it? Splatoon Raiders. They just don't have a trailer for it. I thought that is the game.
Oh, I thought there was a trailer for. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, maybe it is that game. It does look pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't think
looks interesting and kind of fun. So I might give it a shot.
Have you played Splatoon? I've never played the Splatoon games.
I did. Oh, yeah. That was like on the Wii U, I believe, is where that game came out.
The first one, and I think there's one on the Switch as well. I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that for sure. I've never played them, but new Dragon Quest game. I know people ride hard for Dragon Quest. Duskbloods. We saw a little bit more of Duskbloods, kind of. We didn't see too much. This was the new closed network test. So I don't know, the story behind Duskbloods, but Duskbloods is being made by From Software, basically the creators of Dark Souls and Elden Ring and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
They basically are doing a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, which is very, very weird, in my opinion, because you don't necessarily associate Dark Souls with Nintendo.
With a Nintendo game, yeah, exactly. Like I see it as like, and I'm actually going to think I'm going to pick this game up and give it a shot for sure. It does look really good.
So they don't have trailers on here for some reason, but yeah, they announced a closed network test this summer at some point. Yep. It's going to be like a multiplayer Souls-like game. A new 2D, HD 2D 3.2.5, however, whatever the genre name of it, Final Fantasy game. That looks pretty cool. This one, I think we talked about it between me and you personally for a little bit. This is the new Star Fox. So they just dropped a free demo. I love the Star Fox world, and I wish they would do more with it. But I just feel like, how I was talking about, like how with Kingdom Hearts, it feels like it's one of those things Disney forgets about. I feel like Star Fox is one of those things Nintendo forgets about, and then they just end up just remaking it. And I'm like, guys, like, come on! Like, I am a sucker for the Star Fox GameCube games, like Star Fox Adventure and Star Fox Assault. I would love to see more like that. I know Star Fox Adventure is a little bit more of a controversial game because a lot of people are like, why is this like a 3D platformer Star Fox game? Like, I want to be in a spaceship, which I agree with. But I also don't just want another on rails like shooter, like, because honestly, like how I envision this is that I'm okay just playing the demo.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Because it's to me, it's just such an outdated game mode. I know people love it, but it's just like, it doesn't hold up the same as it would have back then. And I would have liked to see a game in the Star Fox world that was actually had some depth to it, like an Adventures had.
Yeah, like I'm the same way. Like, I only Star Fox game I played was Adventures. I did try the demo in this game. Visually fantastic, runs or controls very smoothly. I did have fun playing the demo, but I'm the same way. Like, I don't like just being stuck in a spacecraft, just going forward, and you just got to shoot everything around you. Like that's why I like Star Fox Adventure. It was an adventure game. Like yeah, like even in that game you actually had this too. You were actually in your spaceship doing all of this stuff, but then you also got to the planets and you got to get out of your ship and you got to actually look around and see all the different planets and stuff like that, which I loved a lot more. That's why I liked Star Fox Adventure so much more.
Yeah, and I feel like that was like the natural evolution of that this franchise sort of took. I mean, obviously, I never played the Wii U version, but I know that Wii U version basically killed the franchise because I guess it was terrible. But yeah, man, it kind of sucks. I mean, maybe because of the new Super Mario Galaxy movie that came out, and obviously Star Fox made a surprise appearance there, which I thought was pretty cool. And maybe they're bringing in the remakes to kind of help revitalize the franchise and something they can like pump out and do real quick. And then maybe eventually, like 2 years from now, we get a proper like new mainline Star Fox game that's actually like changing the gameplay loop. Like, so we'll see. But I'm hoping that's the case.
Like when this game drops, I will actually be grabbing it because my wife's cousin's actually really stoked to play this as well. So I will be grabbing it, giving it a shot, and just see how it goes. Like I said, visually it looks fantastic. So I might enjoy it. So, but we'll see.
We could end it off here on Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. I thought it was cool. A new Switch Sports game. I always thought those were fun to play. I mean, not something I grind like crazy, but obviously this is a new Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the Sports Resort because I actually have buddies come over and we do mostly the bowling game stuff. But the one game that I'm actually glad that they're bringing back in this is actually archery. I think archery was in the first Resort game for the Wii U, I think, or maybe it was for the
I think you're right.
Wii, or just for the Wii or something like that. I had a fun with the archery game. I actually found that so much fun. So I'm glad that they're bringing that back. The new sport that they're bringing into this game, I'm not really looking forward to is thumb wrestling. I'm like, really?
That looks thumb wrestling so is the one dumb to me.
Thumb wrestling is what you're gonna add into Wii Resort. Seriously, there's so many other sports you could have added, but like, no, let's add thumb wrestling.
Yeah, I don't. I thought it was so dumb, like thumb wrestling. Like, why didn't they do? Yeah. I mean, I get they want to take advantage of the hand motion. So I was going to say, like, why don't you? Well, no, they have skateboarding right here. Why couldn't they do like soccer or like why or I don't know. Well, the jet ski thing is actually kind of cool. Kind of get that little bit of that. Oh my gosh, what was that game called on Nintendo 64 in game Wave Racer? So that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, like you're right. Like I think there's so many other things you can do. Like I don't know. but anyways, we'll go through Xenoblade. I know this is a big announcement for some people. I could personally care less, but that's cool for all the fans out there that they're getting a brand new Xenoblade. Devil May Cry coming to Switch 2.
That too, I was actually really surprised that they're adding DMC into the Switch 2. I was not expecting that announcement. I may actually grab it on the Switch 2 just to see what it's like. I'm actually a big fan of this game. Actually, this entire franchise. Actually, I love the Devil May Cry franchise. Like my favorite game was, I can't remember. Like maybe I think 4 is actually my favorite. 3 is very close. 3 is also really good too, but I think Devil May Cry 4 is my favorite game. I love this franchise. So seeing it come to the Switch, I'm thinking of actually picking it up just to see how the Switch hardware carries this game. I'm very curious to see it.
Yeah, it says 60 on both TV and handheld, so that's pretty cool.
I'm curious.
Liza P. We already know about that. Laws of the Fallen 2, another anime game, Jujutsu Kaisen, Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. Deltarune, a chapter, Fire Emblem, Pokopia DLC, One Piece, which is just another chef kind of game. Rayman's Retold, we talked about this already. Orbitals, this is also a super interesting game to me. It's kind of like a It Takes Two or like a split fiction style game, but it's like split screen and it's purely co-op and you try to go through missions, and it kind of has like that Studio Ghibli like classic anime look, which I think is really cool. I love the art style, and I'm a sucker for art styles in games, and this looks super sick. This looks super sick with the mixture of like 2D and like 3D, and split screen. And me and my girlfriend usually always play a lot of games like this. So this looks pretty cool. Like this is another one. If I was to pick up a Switch 2, I'd probably buy this like day and date. So yeah. Stellar Blade, Dogma 2, Onimusha, Rhythm Heaven. That's it for Nintendo. So let's let's kind of quickly go through Summer Games Fest. Final Fantasy 7 Part 3 Revelation. Funny enough, Ken and I were actually talking about like maybe we dip our toes in a Final Fantasy. I've never played them. Obviously, Final Fantasy is known as like the best, but I've kind of like dabbled with the idea like, man, should I get it? Should I see what the hype's about? But yeah, pretty cool that supposedly this is supposed to end the whole storyline with the third one. Street Fighter 6 DLC Year 4, Stellar Blade again, Wolf Among Us 2. I thought this was sick. I know we talked about like Telltale games earlier. This is Wolf Among Us is one of the most famous Telltale games. And they're coming out with not only a sequel, but remastering the first one. So that's pretty cool. Power World 1.0. Excited about. I was when I saw this, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should go back to Power World. I played Power World a ton with a couple buddies back when it first dropped. Because I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I know a lot of my friends I was playing with are, and I actually kind of enjoyed the take. I'm like, this is what Pokemon should be, honestly. Like, this is sick. So 1.0 is coming out. That's pretty cool. So I might have to hop back on that. Attack on Titan 3, Clutch. All right, this one I want to stop here for a second. This looks sick. I know how we were talking about like how you're not a big racing fan guy. Yeah. This one looks pretty cool. I'm not a huge racing fan guy either. I just kind of like the Forza Horizon series. Like that's pretty much it. Like I don't really play like the other ones, like the very simmy ones. But this one kind of takes like that Forza Horizon style because it's with the former developers, but they add like a proper campaign story to it that you're like going as. So I think that's pretty cool. I've always said that right now, like Forza, while they're super fun games, they lack like the stories on those are atrocious that it's not even worth like you might as well just skip through everything. Like the cutscenes are cringy and terrible. This actually looks like full-fledged CGI cutscenes, a full storyline that you're going in. It's like an open world racing game. So I think this is cool. I think this has been desperately needed in this genre, is to like actually have like a good story with proper, well-budgeted cutscenes and not just trying to appease to simulator bros, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like people that are just like obsessed with having like tuning things. Like I don't want to tune a car. I just want to like drive it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's that's what I was saying earlier about like Star Fox, like how I don't like it's just, go flying and just shoot things. It's like same as racing games. Racing games are, just race, drive your car and race. But if this actually has like an open world, like obviously racing is going to be a main thing of it. But you can actually get out of the car and go on adventure throughout the world, then I think it would be a little bit more interesting and kind of pique my interest more.
Yeah, I don't know if you get out of the car. I mean, maybe I don't. That was all real cutscenes, so I haven't seen like pure gameplay. But I do think it's cool that there's like a deeper story going on, kind of like a movie.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. Like in the cutscenes, you're out of the car and there's actually like, there's actually storyline to it. So I'm wondering, because you're out of the car and doing these cutscenes, I wonder if you actually could adventure through the world a little bit outside of the car instead of just being in the car all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of racing games, another Hot Wheels like style game. Looks like it's Hot Wheels version on Forza Horizon. Looks like that'd be probably like a fun Game Pass game, if anything. Yep. Monster Hunter season, like a new season or expansion. There's that. Among Us 2 and an Among Us animated series, which I thought is kind of funny. I would definitely check out the show. I'm kind of interested in terms of the Among Us 2 like story mode. We'll see. I don't know if it has a ton of interest to me, but I do think the animated series on Paramount Plus. Oh, it just dropped. A shadow dropped.
It's on Prime already. We me and my wife, we watched a couple of minutes of it, and we're just like, nah.
It sucks.
So like I don't know. It didn't pique my interest, but I only gave it like 5 minutes. I'm thinking maybe I'll actually sit down and watch an entire episode first before I judge it. But after just for the first couple of minutes, I'm like, nah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize. Oh, even the new games. Oh, it's available now for pre-order. Oh, for pre-order. Yeah. The new game kind of just looks like the first one, but with cutscenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize that. I knew that there was a show. I didn't realize it was like now. So
Yep, it's out on Paramount Plus right now if you want to watch it. Yep.
So this one is a big release, Blood of the Dawn Walker. These are from some of the people who made Witcher 3. I know
Mhm.
this one you had on our show notes that you were interested in for, but so yeah, go off on this one.
Yeah, this one looks really interesting actually. Like I'm assuming you get to play like as like you're playing as a vampire, but in the beginning of the cuts in the trailer, which is actually the first, I believe it was the bottom one, you're actually like in the modern day, and then like this guy is like through your window in this cutscene. Then it takes you back into the olden days, so it actually takes you back there. And yeah, just it looks really cool. The combat looks sick. The art style looks amazing. Like I feel like the storyline is going to be really cool. So I am actually going to pick this game up and give it a shot. See, like right here, like this, like he gets like a freaking like blood Ubered to his house to get his strength back. So yeah, it looks interesting. I do want to give this game a try and see what it's all about.
Yeah, I will say the modern day thing did throw me for a loop because when this trailer first started, I'm like, what is this? I
Yeah,
was so confused. And then it showed the blood pack, and I was like, oh, this is like a zombie, or not zombie, a vampire game. And then it shoots back into like the medieval times. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
this is that Dawnwalker game. I was like, that's actually a pretty cool reveal because now you get to, I don't know if you'll get to, but like there's the possibility of kind of like going back and forth in time, which is
yeah.
kind of like that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm really curious to check this game out. From what they showed in the trailer, it did pique my interest, and I think I will be giving this game a try.
Yeah. Next game we have Star Wars Zero Company. This is basically XCOM but Star Wars, so just another like Star Wars twist on a game.
Mhm.
Um, Lords of the Fallen 2. Uh, this one I'm not super interested in this one. I saw people kind of raving about the first game and like how this one was a big announcement. Not really my style. This Saw Genesis. This game I thought looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm not a horror game fan, but I thought you know what was funny was when I was watching this, I'm like, okay, this is a Saw game. Assuming it's a single player game, I was like, you know what I was like while I'm watching this, like, you know, it'd be sick if they did a Saw multiplayer game. Like somebody plays as like Jigsaw, and then the other two people are trying to escape. Lo and behold, at the end of the trailer, it's like 3v1 multiplayer. I'm like, dude, how did I just call that? I was like, this because it to me, that would make the most. I mean, I get like a single player game would still be cool, but I think the
yeah,
idea of a multiplayer game is kind of sick. Like kind of like that Dead by Daylight game where like one person plays as like the monster or whatever. I
yeah,
think the idea of this is kind of cool to like, all right, one person plays as Jigsaw, the other three people have to try to escape. And yeah, it looks terrifying, but it looks like it'd be super fun to like play with people at the same time. But yeah,
yeah. I think when this comes out, we should actually pick this game up and give it a try. I am a big fan of the Saw franchise. I've seen all the movies. I absolutely love the Saw game or Saw movies.
really.
There was a Saw game that came out on like the PS2 a long time ago, and that was also really good. And I played through it in one night. I had it done in one night. It was great. So yeah, to see
Yeah,
that
man.
Saw is returning, yeah, I would love to give this game a shot.
Yeah, I struggle. Like I don't mind horror. What kind of bothers me is the movies like Saw and stuff. I can't get into like the torture porn stuff. Like the torture porn thing, it just goes too much for me. Like I can't do it. Like I
uh,
don't mind like horror, like especially like classic horrors and stuff, but like the mutilation stuff gets me, dude. I'm like, I can't
man,
do this.
man, the people that came up with the Saw franchise are just man, you're just nuts, man. Like just some of the torture devices they came up with, like oh my god,
Yeah. Or have
man.
you ever watched like the Hostel movies? I watched the first one time a long time ago before I knew what it was, and I was like, I can't do this again. If you ever watch those movies, Hostel is horrid. That's
Yep.
here we go. 1666 Amsterdam. So this is brought by the original creator of Assassin's Creed, the guy who basically invented Assassin's Creed, is now
Mhm.
doing his own game. Just some screenshots here. Um, I'll be honest, this one doesn't interest me as much, but it does look cool. I know you're super pumped about this, so why don't you go off on this?
Well, like I'm pumped about it, but again, I'm not exactly too sure exactly like what the game is about, like what you're actually going to
I'm
be
the
doing.
same way.
Just but like the atmosphere of the game just looks fantastic, and you got like the freaking black cats and everything, and just like that dark freaking horror kind of aspect to it, and just yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not exactly sure what this game is about, but it looks interesting, and I do want to give it a shot and just to see what it's about.
Yeah, I actually thought when I was seeing the trailer, I thought this was going to be the new Assassin's Creed game because I do know there's rumors that there's supposed to be a new Assassin's Creed game that's going to be single player linear focus, but with a horror element of like the witch trials. And it
Yeah,
was going to be very narrative driven. That's what I thought this was because for whatever reason, it just had very like it just looked Assassin's Creed coded. Maybe it was just the hood in my head, but also knowing
could have
that
been,
prior
yeah.
knowledge, the prior knowledge of knowing that they're coming out with something like this. So yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I'm curious to see what the reviews are. It may be one of those where it's like I might pick it up later down the road, like on sale. I don't know if this is a day one buy for me, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm still debating if it's gonna be a day one buy on me, but yeah, just from the trailer that they shown, it looks interesting. It piqued my interest, and I probably will give it a try just to see where it goes. So we'll see.
Yeah, quickly on this one, I am a big Mafia fan. I bought Mafia: The Old Country day and day. Uh, they're coming out with an expansion for this. It's cool bringing on one of the main characters from the very first Mafia game. So that's pretty sick. If you're a Mafia fan, that's something to be pumped about. New RuneScape game. They've been pushing this game for a while now. The RuneScape Dragon Wires. Virtua Fighter Crossroads, new Virtua Fighter game. And I know a lot of people played I think I played a little bit of the first one back in like the PS2 days with like at a buddy's house. But yeah, new Virtua Fighter game. Guild Wars 3 and Crossfire. I thought this looked pretty cool. Some former Call of Duty devs came out with or coming out with this game called Crossfire. Very story driven, kind of tactical shooter-esque military game. Has some interesting dynamics when it comes to like cover shooting. I thought was pretty cool. And then also visually, the game just looks like awesome. Kind of has like SOCOM vibes a little bit, but yeah, I thought this was pretty sick. It's something I'm gonna probably keep my eye on, but yeah, I don't know if you saw this trailer at all.
Yeah, I briefly saw this trailer. Yeah, and it's just like another war game, really. So I was like, yeah, maybe we'll see. Like you said, like we'll kind of just see how it goes. If people are like really stoked about it and there's a lot of good reviews on it, then yeah, maybe give it a shot and try it out.
That's kind of like where I'm at, where it's like if it's like a 7 out of 10, I might pass. But if like people are raving about it, it piques my interest enough to I'm like, all right, if this is coming out of the gate like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 stuff, I'm like, okay, you got me. I got to see what this is about.
Yeah.
New Gundam game. This was the announcement of the entire. This was the announcement of the entire week for me. I was so pumped. There was so much. I've been following the Last Ronin saga in terms of like the development of it. I thought this game was canceled. Everybody thought this game was canceled. They canceled the movie, and supposedly they canceled the game. So what immediately I was like, okay, they show the pan of the sewer here, and I'm like, what is this sewer? And then the moment I saw this Paramount Game Studio, I'm like, Turtles. This is Turtles game, a new turtle, because this is the Paramount Game Studios. This is going to be their first game. They just launched the new division at Paramount, and I was like, oh, this is Turtle. And then it shows Raph's scythe like in the water. Then you see the man cover and then I was like, oh shit, we're getting a Turtles game. I'm so hyped. And then this part happens when the moon turns red. I'm like, no, don't say it. Don't say it. And then just boom, Last Ronin. I was so pumped. And this shocked me because I genuinely thought this was canceled because they announced this like a couple of years ago and then everything came out as canceled. And funny enough, it's being remade. It's being made by Platinum Games. So Platinum Games are the creators of Ninja Gaiden 4, Bayonetta, Nier Automata. So like very big into like, I don't know how those. I imagine they're going to change up the way the combat is, but knowing those type of combats, those are heavy melee, like quick moving games.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how well that works for TMNT, but we'll see. Obviously, they have experience in this type of like realm. It's just I'm curious how different it might be. But most interestingly enough, Platinum Games was the team that made Mutants in Manhattan, which is actually the worst rated TMNT game of all time. So they're bringing them back to make it. But granted, I think this is a different Platinum Games. Like back then, I was looking into their portfolio, and Platinum Games was just making a bunch of licensed TV movie tie-in games. But like I said, since then they've been making Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and Ninja Gaiden 4 was I think won a couple of awards last year at the Game Awards. So I'm actually pumped. I think this is a good matchup. I'm super excited that Last Ronin is here. I about jumped out of my chair when I saw this because I'm a huge, massive Turtles fan. I love the Turtles. It's one of my favorite franchises, IPs ever. So I'm super sick that, I mean, dude, right here, I got both Ronin books.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I got Last Ronin and then Last Ronin Lost Years right there.
Okay,
I don't have Last Ronin 2.
You definitely know more about this than I do. Like, I saw the trailer and I thought it was going to be really cool. Like, I am stoked to try this game, and especially if like it's the creators of Ninja Gaiden, that they have their kind of that's cool, man. That's actually really sick.
Yeah. And then,
but I got to check that out actually.
And then Lost Years here. So right now they're in the middle of issuing Last Ronin 2. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to hold off until the complete complete omnibus is done. Because I'm not somebody who likes reading issue by issue. Like because you can read an issue so quickly. I rather just like wait till the whole thing's done and then like let's get at it. Yeah. So Hex, this was interesting. Developers by the Division. I couldn't figure out what this game was. It looks kind of cool. It's very sci-fi. Like I don't know. I honestly I couldn't make out what this game was about, but it kind of looks like this co-op sci-fi puzzle first-person shooter game. It looks sick. This one I definitely want to learn more about because this could be a day one buy for me. Because I love the idea of this, kind of like Atomic Heart coded, it looks like. Looks super sweet. So I got to see more content, more gameplay, and as we learn more about this, I'm super interested because I love a good like mysterious like game where you have to uncover what's happening and what's going on in the world. So, and it's a co-op game, so that's cool. Yep. Stranger Than Heaven. This is a Yakuza based game. It has Tupac and Snoop Dogg in it, which is weird.
One. Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that. I'm like, Snoop Dogg's in this? What?
I was like, okay, he's in a Yakuza game, which is funny. I never played the Yakuza games. I actually have a couple of them on my wish list. It's one of those games that look fun. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I don't know if you played those Yakuza games at all, but
play them now.
They look fun. This one looks hilarious. So Blood Message, we have Gen Atlas. This kind of from the people who made like Shadow of the Colossus. So there's that game. Alien Isolation 2. I never played the first one. I know people rave about the first one. Obviously, it's like a horror survival game that's first person, and you have to like survive you're basically playing out the Alien movie. And this one is the sequel where you're actually on the planet. Like you're actually on a station on the planet instead of being on the ship. This one. Okay. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never played the Alien games because I don't want to like. I like to play games to chill. I don't want to be stressed out. And but yeah, I know people love the Alien Isolation games. Here we got Cuphead sequel. So basically announcing this new Cuphead game. Then they're also doing another like side Cuphead game that's going to be 8-bit. And I thought this was interesting. It's actually tuned to actually work on a Sega Master System. So, and I think they're going to be releasing Sega Master System versions. So that's pretty cool to see that not only are they releasing it on like modern consoles and PC and stuff, but like they actually made it to where it can run on an actual Sega Master System. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm starting to remember that from the trailer. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like great. Yeah. Yeah. It's just kind of like a 2-bit version.
Yep. That's
But
right.
yeah, I thought that was cool. I was like, that's pretty sick that it can actually run on a proper Master System, and they're going to sell Master System versions. Like, that's pretty cool. And then the last one right here, Resident Evil Veronica. This is a remake of Code Veronica. It was kind of one of the. This is technically like Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 is another game, but like this was the third one to release. And this was, I believe, like the first one where it actually became like a action adventure game. Instead of like that very gosh, how do I even explain those original Resident Evil games? Like pre-rendered backdrops that you're just kind of walking across. So yeah, pretty cool. I tell you what, if you're a Resident Evil or Silent Hill fan, you are absolutely eating for the past couple of years, because it feels like there's a new Resident Evil and a new Silent Hill game like every 6 months. It's insane. Every year they're getting a new one. I mean, Resident Evil 9 just dropped in February. So yeah, now there's another one coming probably early 2027. So every year people are getting a new Silent Hill and a new Resident Evil. So yeah.
That's a franchise I never again, like for games wise, I never actually played them. I never played I've seen the movies of Resident Evil, but I've never actually
Those are
jumped into
terrible.
the games. I've never actually jumped into the games of Resident Evil. So yeah, like I think actually I'm gonna pick up Resident Evil Requiem and give it a shot and just see what it's like.
Yeah, I've heard people are talking about that might be game of the year. That one looks awesome
Yeah.
because you play as like the two protagonists. Like you
Yeah,
play
both
as
of them,
like
yeah.
Grace, who's like this weak, but like she's like that's going to be like the more survival horror aspect of it. You can be in first person, and then you can play as Leon. It's like the badass action chainsaw shooting.
Yeah.
You should look if you don't want to pay the full price for it and you want to wait, you should try Resident Evil 4. That's like considered the best one. There's a remake that just came out, I think, like last year of Resident Evil 4, and there's a Resident Evil 2 remake. But Resident Evil 4 remake, you should play that one. That one's fun. You can usually get it for like dirt cheap too. Like they're usually for like a couple bucks. So I think if you want to dip your toes into the Resident Evil world, which I want to as well, everybody says 4 is the best. I mean, I've seen so much 4 gameplay. It does look sick. So I need to maybe get it one day and just play the remake, because everybody says the remake's awesome. Like it's an amazing remake.
Right. Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, that is it. We've gone through all the games and what we thought was interesting, whatnot. Obviously, kind of like sped run towards some of the ones we didn't really know too much about or really care too much about. We just really wanted to highlight the ones that we both found interesting. But yeah, I mean, any final thoughts, Ken, before we close it off?
No, not really. Just the only thing is, like I said, the Zelda game, that one I am the most excited for this year, and I'm going to be getting it day one and playing it for sure.
Yeah. For me, I thought this was a really good week. I honestly thought I thought the Nintendo one was a little bit of a downfall. Like no 3D Mario game, no Mario anything so far since.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that actually.
So that's a little disappointing. But overall, I thought PlayStation was good. I thought Xbox was good. I thought Summer Games Fest was pretty good. There was a lot of great announcements. It wasn't too dull. Like I said, outside of the Nintendo one, which I thought was like, oh my God, like this is awful. Like, I thought it was a pretty fun week. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.